I was washing my hands when I heard them walk in, heels clicking, laughter trailing behind like perfume. I froze. I wasn't supposed to be there. The men's restroom was under renovation, so I ducked into the ladies', locking myself in the last stall. The laughter faded into whispers. Then one of them said it, casual, cruel, and sharp enough to stop my pulse. "Poor thing," she said. "He doesn't know she's filing for divorce next week." A pause. A giggle. "She says she's already moved on. This dinner's just to keep up appearances." My stomach dropped, but my face didn't move. I stayed silent as the air thickened with their perfume and ignorance. The sink ran. The door closed. I waited until their voices faded into the restaurant's hum before I came out, washed my hands again, and looked at myself in the mirror. No emotion, just stillness. When I walked back to the table, she looked radiant under the low lights. My wife, celebrating her promotion. The kind of night meant for champagne, smiles, and speeches. Her colleagues surrounded her, raising glasses. She didn't notice the red envelope in my hand until I slid it in front of her just as dessert arrived. "For you," I said, smiling. She beamed. She always liked gestures that drew attention. The room quieted as she tore it open, expecting something romantic, an anniversary trip maybe, but her eyes froze. Color drained from her face. The smile died slowly, painfully. She didn't know it yet, but everything inside that envelope ended her life as she knew it. We met in college. She was ambitious, brilliant, magnetic. I was quiet, analytical, the kind of man who studied before he spoke. She used to call me her anchor. I didn't realize anchors also drown. I believed in her dreams, supported them, worked late, paid bills, celebrated every milestone like it was ours, until the milestones stopped being ours. Until the promotion she worked late for became suspiciously consistent with her boss's travel schedule. At first, I dismissed it. You have to when you love someone. You doubt yourself before you doubt them. But small things add up. A deleted text, a sudden password change, new lingerie receipts. Love doesn't disappear overnight. It erodes, grain by grain, until you're standing in ruins wondering when it all collapsed. I didn't confront her. That would have been too easy for her. She was good at lies, and I wanted truth. So I listened, watched, waited. Every act of deception leaves fingerprints, digital, financial, emotional. By the time she started planning her new life, I already knew every detail. The lawyer's name, the timeline, even the apartment lease under her maiden name. That's when I stopped being her husband and became her lesson. Step 1. I quietly rerouted our joint accounts 6 weeks prior. Her emergency fund was now mine. The credit cards she thought she hid, closed. Assets, liquidated. Everything she'd planned to walk away with had already walked away from her. Step 2. I met with her boss's wife. A calm conversation, no shouting, no drama. Just screenshots, dates, and evidence. She thanked me with the kind of cold composure only a woman betrayed can manage. 2 weeks later, HR received an anonymous tip. Violations, misconduct, misuse of company funds. Step 3. I transferred the house into my name using her signature from a document she didn't bother to read last month. The irony, she'd been so eager to sign anything that promised financial convenience. Step 4. The red envelope. Inside it wasn't just divorce papers, it was everything. The legal notice confirming her infidelity, the termination letter HR sent earlier that morning, the message from her boss's wife stating she'd filed for separation, and a printout of that apartment lease she thought was secret. When she opened it, her hand trembled. The entire table watched, puzzled by her sudden silence. Her colleague leaned in, whispering. She didn't answer. She just stared at me, realization spreading across her face like ink in water. "Something wrong?" I asked softly, still smiling. Her throat worked, but no sound came out. I raised my glass. "To truth," I said. Later that night, I drove home alone. The silence in the car felt clean. No tension, no pretending. Just the low hum of freedom in my ears. I thought about how love blinds you. Not because it's pure, but because it convinces you that loyalty will protect you from betrayal. It doesn't. It only gives the other person time to sharpen their knife. She thought she'd orchestrated her escape. She didn't realize she was walking into a trap I'd built with her own lies. By the time she files those papers next week, she'll have nothing left to fight for. No job, no savings, no reputation. And me? I'll be exactly where I've always been. Calm, patient, and one step ahead. Justice doesn't always come with noise. Sometimes it arrives in silence, folded neatly inside a red envelope.